Hey, what's up? Trent here. I'm jumping right into this. This right here will change your life if you really understand it. I'm going to talk about 3 things today that you need to stop doing. That's going to help you protect your peace, protect your soul, protect your heart. And I don't want to waste any of your time today. I want to get right into this. Number one, especially if you're a person that's been through a lot, right? You find your heart being broken. You find your trust being broken. You find yourselves in terrible situations that make you feel less about yourself. I promise you, if you stop doing these 3 things and do this one thing, it will change your life. Number one, stop believing promises. Stop believing promises, especially with no track record. You got to understand, people are going to promise you everything, but deliver on nothing. There's people that's going to promise you the world, but won't give you a damn thing because they know you will fall victim to those promises. Because a lot of times what happens is that we have voids in our heart, voids in our life, and it makes us vulnerable. So when somebody promises something, we tend to believe it because of our good heart. And I want to tell you right now, don't let your good heart keep you or put you in situations that's breaking your heart. I am deaf to what you say, and I hope that you adopt this same mindset. I am deaf to what you say until your actions give me a reason to listen. I don't care what you're talking. You can promise me all the great things in the world because listen, in my 30-something years of life, I've been around a lot of people who promise everything. I've been around a lot of people who say the things that they know I want to hear just so they can take what they need. And what we do is we allow our insecurities, we allow our voids in our life to make us vulnerable to people's promises. So stop believing it. If they haven't shown you that, if they have no track record of actually delivering on their promises, if you watch their life, they can't even keep the promises to their damn self, then why should you believe promises? And the more you believe promises, the more that you will hurt your life, the more you will hurt your self-esteem, the more you'll feel less about yourself. So number one, stop believing promises. And that doesn't mean that you're cold-hearted. It just means that you want people to deliver. Don't tell me about it, show me about it. Don't talk about it, show me, live it. I would rather you not promise me anything because what people do is they overpromise and underdeliver. But people who are truly genuine, truly want to help, truly want to bring goodness to your life, you know what they do? They underpromise and they overdeliver. So pay attention. Number two, stop believing the presentation. Just because it looks like it, just because it sounds like it, just because it's dressed like it, just because it walks like it, just because it talks like it, doesn't mean that it's it. I've experienced so much presentation of good that was no good at all for my life. And so what a lot of us do, because we have our wants, and so people know what you want just to take what they need from your life. So a lot of us, what we do is we want these opportunities, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a dream that we want to do, and we fall for the presentation. We fall by how someone looks. Just because they look good doesn't mean they're good for you. Just because they got everything in order, they do everything right, doesn't mean they're going to do the right thing. I know people in this world that will do everything right because they want to gain your trust. And realize this, I'm not trying to make you shut off to the world or cold-hearted, but you got to understand most people, what they want to do, especially when they want to use you and manipulate you, what they want to do is gain your trust. Because they know if they gain your trust, that will get them access to your life, right? So picture your life as a house, right? Your front door is your trust. You ever had somebody come to your front door and the presentation is good because they want your business, because they want to enter your house? So they're going to present, they're going to say the right things. They're going to promise you everything. I'm not going to say the word. They're going to shit on other people to make themselves look better just so they can gain your trust, just so they can come into your house. Because the more they're into your life, the more they learn about you, the more they can use you and manipulate you. So stop believing The promises, just because they have followers online don't mean that they're great people. Just because they dress like it don't mean they're good. I'm going to tell you right now, I've seen evil and good in different dress codes. I've seen somebody who dressed like success was far from it. I've seen people who dressed like they were a failure that was highly successful. You got to stop believing the presentation because they want your trust. Stop giving away your trust so easily. Everybody doesn't deserve a key to your life. But what we fall victim to a lot of times, and I've been guilty of this too, is that we allow the presentation. We allow someone presenting our healing and we fall for it. We allow somebody presenting the opportunity that we want and we fall for it. A lot of people, what they want to do, and this is just off subject, this will help you so much. A lot of people, what they want to do when they want to use you, when they want to manipulate you, they want to know all about your insecurities. So they'll ask you everything about your life. They'll ask you everything that you went through and been through. Not everybody who asks you about your life is trying to use you, by the way. Time will always tell. I always say true motives will always get exposed. Time will always reveal what's real. But they want to know your insecurities. Because when they know your insecurities, they're going to present the right things that seem like they're going to secure your insecurities. So if you have somebody that wants to be in a relationship with you, they want to know all about your past relationship. So they can do the exact opposite things so you can give your trust away. If you have somebody that wants your business, they want to know about your past business relationships so they can do all the right things to gain your business. Stop falling for the presentation, because when you fall for the presentation, I can guarantee you this, without any track record, without somebody owning it, earning it, make them earn it. It's okay to make someone earn it. It's okay to make someone earn your trust. It's okay for them to have to show you that they're credible. Just because they talk credible, sound credible, look credible, doesn't mean that they're credible. Stop falling for the presentation. Number 3, stop believing in the potential. Now, this one is a slippery slope because potential is a good thing. Right? I'm not telling you that if something has potential, you shouldn't go for it, because we all can grow into our potential. We all can be a better version of ourselves, right? But potential sometimes can make us blind to the reality. And I'll tell you this, if you see no progression in the potential, then you can't ignore the reality. You know, I've seen so many people, even myself, that I was so wrapped up into what it could be, because of the promises, because of the presentation that added to the potential, what it could be, that it made me blind to what it really was. I was so wrapped up into the potential that I became blind to the reality. And I stayed locked in to the hope of the potential. And that potential never showed up. And all that happened was I lost myself more and more and more. I broke my own heart more and more and more because I was waiting on something to show up that was never going to show up in the first place. So stop believing the potential of the situation without understanding the reality of the situation. So if you look at the situation and you see that there's progression, you see that person, you see that thing, you see whatever it is making progression, then maybe you can believe in the potential a little bit more. But don't let the potential make you blind to what it really is and to the truth about the situation. And I'll tell you this, sometimes you got to stop seeing the good in the person and you got to start seeing the truth in that person. Sometimes you got to stop seeing the good in that situation and you got to see the truth in that situation, because there can be a fraction of good. Everybody has a fraction of good, but 1% of good shouldn't make you blind to the 99% of that ain't good. So maybe for you, it's you refocusing your mindset. You refocusing your heart on what's really real. Don't let the good of the person make you blind to the reality of that person or that situation. It's not always people or that situation. The thing that you need to start believing in as I wrap this up, right? Stop believing in the potential. Stop believing in the promises Stop believing in the presentation and what you need to start believing in, and get very firm on this and stand on this no matter what. Start believing in your principles. The things that are the compass for your life, the compass for your integrity, the compass to protect your soul, protect your peace, protect your life. Your principles will never lead you wrong because your principles are what you believe in. But when you ignore your principles for promises, heartbreak is near. When you ignore your principles for presentation, stress is near. Headaches is near. Depression is near. When you ignore your principles for the potential, hard times is near. Don't let anything or anyone make you go against your principles, because your principles are the foundation for your worth. The principles are the foundation for your self-esteem. The principles are in place to be your guide, to lead you to the greatest version of yourself. And I guarantee if you stop doing those three things and you start doing this one thing, you will protect your life, you will protect your soul, you will protect your heart. And what that equals is you being a fulfilled, happy, and the best version of yourself. But like I say at the end of every single video, it all starts with you. If it's on your heart, share this with somebody. Tag me to this video if it touched your heart, because somebody in the world that I don't know that you know needs it. I'll see you soon. It's rehab time. Let's get it.